Do you remember yesterday? We were going through the papers, and it's kind of been in the air, in the vibe of this show recently anyway, with David Babcock and the Hoover, and all kind of things. But we talked about a gentleman called Arran, thank you, Arran Squire, who appeared on this morning. And some of you saw this, I know, because you tweeted me when this gentleman was on. Let me just quickly read you a little bit of background from yesterday's Star. A dad appeared on live TV with a sex robot called Samantha, who has threesomes with him and his wife. Arran Squire left this morning hosts Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield speechless. And that's a tough thing to pull off. I've met both those guys, and they can talk like nobody's business. That's why they get paid the big bucks. So to leave those guys speechless, you really must have done something special. And viewers stunned with the life-size brunette doll. The dad even lets his children play with the doll and said the kids, aged 3 and 5, have accepted her as part of the family. And this intrigued me. And we're getting lots and lots of stories in the papers about sex bots, but also about how robots will be taking over. There'll be robots doing this job. I've heard a few smug phone-in radio show hosts saying, well, we may be the only industry that's safe. Oh, get real. Listen, if Nigel Farage can do it, then they can get robots to do it. Trust me. We are going to be out of a business in a year at best. We've got Arran on the line now. Good evening, Arran.
Hello there, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you, man. Thank you so much for coming on. Now, we should say, because I don't know if this was made known in this morning interview, because I didn't see it, but you actually work for the company that sells these, what do we call them, dolls, sex bots? What's the correct term?
Well, it's the Samantha project, we call it. It's a robot. It's capable of sex, but there's a lot more to it than that. Like in the interview yesterday,
like women.
I only had 8 minutes, so it wasn't much time to explain.
We've got longer than that tonight, Arran. If we got as long as we need for this. So you what's the name of the company?
The company is Cynthiamatus. If you want to look for it, cynthiamatus.com.
Cynthiamatus. Okay. And how did you end up working with them?
Well, Sergi, the founder of the company, I've known for 20 years. So he's a doctor. He's actually an amazing person. He's got actually 4 degrees and a PhD in nanotechnology. So
flippin' heck, he's a brain box.
Man.
Yeah, goodness me. And so you've just known him for a long time, and he said, look, I've got this idea, Arran. It's robots that can do all kinds of things and have conversation, but also you can have sex with them. And you were like, surely the first reaction, Arran, must have been, oh, shut up, man. I know you're a highly intelligent gentleman, but this is nonsense.
Well, it was a surprise. I actually seen it, first of all. I just seen a little bit of media.
Yeah.
And like I say, we've been friends a long time. So I hadn't spoken to Sergi, well, in the early days of the company in a year or so. So, yeah, I seen that and contacted him and said, Sergi, how are you? So we got to talking. He was explaining. The project hadn't launched then, really. It hadn't, the sales and nothing had launched. So, yeah, I invested some money in the company and I helped him out, and I'm the sales director of the company now.
Wow.
And yeah, we do things together.
How's it going? Because this is still early days technology. Have you sold many of these?
We've sold about 30 to date.
Right.
Like I say, the company's only launched the sales and the website's gone live in the last just over 4 weeks now.
Oh, well, you've sold 30 in 4 weeks?
Around that,
Oh,
yeah.
mate, you guys are quids in then. Oh, am I right? The cheapest model is £2,000?
Yeah, about 2,200, just over. That's the model with no AI. So we've actually got, I can go into more detail later on in the program, but we've got a new material which is like nothing else on the market really for the skin. So, but the AI model is about £4,000, just under. About 4,000.
So, but for just over two grand, you're getting the doll, and it looks. I mean, we've got the pictures here from the TV show. So you've got the doll, and it looks, humanoid, and you can have intercourse with it, but you can't communicate with it. Is that right?
That's right. So it's just like your traditional sex doll, really, but it's a lot more. The material's a lot more advanced. The skeleton, everything's a lot more advanced than your typical sex doll.
Yeah,
that's right.
Where did the name Samantha come from? That was the first thing I thought when I heard this story. I said, why is it called Samantha?
Well, if you look at what the word Samantha means, it's actually the one who listens.
Oh,
so,
the one who listens. Well, does she listen? How good is the AI, the artificial intelligence, because, you know, if it's too good, I don't know if you've seen the Terminator movies, but it might be a good reference point. But how good is it now? I mean, how much of a conversation can you have with Samantha?
Well, Samantha can respond to verbal communication. Being honest, you know, we're a long way off from the Terminator.
Yeah.
All the listeners, we're not at that point yet. That's not going to happen in our lifetime for sure, the Terminator. But yeah, she's actually, you can talk to her verbally so she can respond back. She's also equipped with 11 sensors. So she's got sensors in the mouth, in the hips, the hands, the breasts, and obviously the sexual areas as well.
Yes.
So she can, there's the sensors there, so that can be level by level. But what we try and say...
11? That's about 5 more than most girls I've ever... I've certainly ever been with anyway. I don't know. Go on.
Yeah, she's quite good. So what we try and say is that Samantha isn't a toy. You know, you've got the children's toys where you press the belly on it and it will just make a little laugh or whatever it does.
Yeah.
Samantha's much more advanced than that. For example, in the sexual mode, if you were to touch her too forcefully, for example, you were to touch the breast too forcefully, not in an aggressive way, but just you go straight to that without touching the hands or so on. Oh. She would say, "I'm not ready for that." Oh. She might not like that. No. You've got
to. Here's an old-fashioned phrase. You've got to woo her.
That's right. That's the idea. Is we trying to make it as realistic as possible. Yes.
Philip Schofield, I thought was. I didn't see the interview, and I Phil's a good egg generally. But like you say, when you're on that programme, you get 8 minutes and that's it. You're gone. He did say it was when he touched Samantha, he said it was a good feeling of skin, but it was cold. She was like a corpse.
That's what he said. You see, the thing is, every sex doll in the world at the moment is not heated up for the simple reason we've got a battery pack on her for the AI, but anyone who knows anything about electronics knows 12-volt battery, something like in your mobile phone, is not going to heat something of a body size up. It's like trying to run an electric blanket on a phone battery. It's just not going to happen. You need mains power. Yeah.
So she's got to be plugged in while you're rutting.
No, she runs on a 12-volt battery pack. It's in the head. It's inside. But I'm saying for the heat source, no, you can't run that. But no, it's just a battery pack, a speaker. Now
you mentioned the sex mode. What modes does she have then? Okay,
let me go through the modes. There's what I was trying to explain on TV. There's a family mode. So what I mean by that, people get the wrong impression when they say family. No, it's not that. The family mode is, you can interact with it in like a family environment. For example, it can be educational. So she's programmed with a lot of science quotes. So she can tell you lots of things about science. And to be clear as well, she's totally offline. This is not connected to the internet.
Oh, because there was a story yesterday. You probably saw it about in the future sex bots could be hacked to murder people. So that's not an option.
That's not possible. Not possible with our robot. We kept it completely offline. For example, if people are going to use it for intimate reasons, which people will, we didn't want that being hacked into and people's privacy being invaded. So she's completely offline, and everything is just stored on the chip in the brain. So there's no way to hack her.
Okay, and so the family mode, she sits there, she watches telly, and she quotes science.
Well, she can quote science. You can ask her, you can say, for example, Samantha, tell me some science quotes. She'll tell you lots of things about science. You can ask her things on nature and animals. She'll know all different things about animals. She's also got a motivation mode. So if you want some motivation in the day, she'll give you motivational quotes. She's got a health mode where she can tell you healthy foods and drinks to eat. If you're doing some sort of diet, she can give you advice on that.
Brilliant.
You can see it. It's an advanced robot. It's not, not a toy.
No. Oh, no, exactly. Years and years ago, Aaron, with my first little bit of TV money, when I stopped signing on and earned a little bit of money, I bought one of those, what do they call them? Those Aibos. Do you remember those? Those Japanese robot dogs.
Yeah,
and it was about $2,000. I had to get drunk to order it because I thought it was such an expense, and it couldn't do anything. It would kick a football around and then it would bark at me, and that was it. So, and that was, I'm guessing, that was about 18, 19 years ago, and it seems that we have already come a long, long way since those bad boys.
Oh yeah, we've come a long way since then. Like now, there's nothing else in the world at the moment that you can actually communicate in this way. In being completely offline, you've obviously got the Alexa now, but Alexa is online, so ours isn't. So there's a big difference.
And also, you can't insert yourself into Alexa. No, but you can't, can you?
No, of course not.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. So her primary purpose is for sexual intercourse.
I wouldn't say primary, but it's a big part. Obviously, people do like that, but she is fully functional in sex. Yes, she's got, like I say, she's got the real. Well, I wouldn't say real, but she's got the opening and all the openings you'd have on a human body.
Listen, can I just say I just want to flag this up now, because sometimes we have young people listening, Aaron. This is 10:15. It's Thursday night. Dear listener, we are talking about a sex bot. So the next 15 minutes or so is going to be, we're going to keep the language as clean as we can, but I'm going to ask intimate questions. So I'm just saying now, at 16 minutes past 10, if you have young ears, or if you are easily offended about conversations of an intimate sexual nature, just for the next 15 minutes or so, go off, do something, go and have a bath, go and have a shower, go and make a cup of warm milk or something. The next 15 minutes won't be for you. I think that's fair enough, isn't it, Catherine?
Yeah,
Just to flag that up, because we sometimes get younger people listening. Okay. So, there's two questions I really want to ask, so I'm just going to ask them. Does her vagina look like a real vagina?
It does. It looks. Well, every woman looks different, but from my experience, yeah, it looks real. It does look real, being honest. Yes.
Okay, so it looks real. And you say, again, we're going to tread delicately around this question. You said every orifice is there.
Well, when people want sex, general people, so for example, I won't go into details, but if you wanted oral sex, the mouth is functional.
Yes.
Okay? If you wanted normal, straight sex, the vagina is functional.
Yes.
And also, if they do anal sex, it's functional as well.
That's there as well. Gosh. And if I ask anything that's too personal, Aaron, please just tell me to jog on, okay? Because this is, I'm genuinely fascinated by this. How long has Samantha been living with you?
Samantha's been in the house for about a month or so, but I tried to make it clear to people. People think I'm just strange living in the house of the robot. I'm an investor and I'm part of the business.
Oh yeah.
So I'm trying to work with Samantha because she's so advanced. Even I don't know I know the functions, but I don't know how it's going to work each time because there's so much to it. So I'm having it here. Obviously I'm selling the robot, so I want to learn as much as I can about the robots for the customers, so I'm an expert on that. So that's the idea why she's here with me, so I can learn as much as I can because there's a lot to her.
Oh no, that's like if someone's working for Volkswagen and they get sent the new Passat or something, they'll take it home for the weekend and give it a test drive, so they can then go to the customer. This is what it does. This is what it's really good at. This is where I think it excels. You've had sex with Samantha.
I have tried. I wouldn't say it's a regular thing. But I have tried, yes. Being like the salesman for the company, I've obviously tried, yeah.
And how does it compare? And I'm not talking. I know you're married. I don't want to talk specifically about your wife in this instance. But how does it compare with sex you may have had with real people, real women?
Okay, feeling wise, the actual physical sensation, very similar. Yeah, that's very similar, believe it or not. Yeah.
That's
obviously.
Go on.
Yeah, obviously she. I don't want to go into too much detail, but she doesn't maybe have the same, natural body fluids and things as someone would have.
Do you have to use a lubricant?
You don't have to, but it probably would help. Yeah, okay. like it would in real life. Yeah.
Oh gosh, I'm going to ask these questions as they come. There's a phrase. I'm assuming you have to clean her out afterwards.
Yeah, the vagina is actually removable. So, I know it's strange people, but it's removable and that can be cleaned. So there's
a development I was not expecting. What, so you just take it off and then run it under the tap?
Well, you've got the vagina, which looks like the real vagina, and then the orifice that goes in, it can be also like sort of a tube.
Yes.
Like it would be, and that can be removed. So the outside looks identical to what a woman would, and inside where you would insert that can be removable. Yes. So it doesn't contaminate.
Now, of course, the Daily Star have got the headline: "Robots threesome with hubby and wife." And your wife Hannah came on the show with you. Have you had a threesome?
I don't know how you describe a threesome. People think of a threesome where everyone's getting involved with each other and it's a wild thing. It's just more that Hannah's maybe said, been with me with a robot, being my wife, and said, maybe try this. How do you think it would be? Like the skeleton on Samantha, you can move into lots of different positions like you could with a real person.
Yeah.
So it was more believe it or not, it was more like she was given sort of instructions to try things to see how realistic it could be.
So you were making love. Would you call it making love, or would you call it sex?
For me, I would say it's sex.
Yeah.
So but some customers do say it's making love. It just depends on the individual.
Of course it does, yeah. And so you would be having sex, and Hannah would be barking instructions.
Well, she'd be giving me ideas what to try. Yeah, saying the things we do together. Does it work with a robot? Basically, yeah, to see how realistic it could be. Yeah.
Is Samantha there with you now?
She's sitting on the seat. Yeah, I brought her down.
Is it possible for us to talk to her?
I can get her to say something.
Get her to say. And by the way, because we're a late night show, if she can be on sex mode, I'd love to hear her talk sexy.
I wish I was the kid again, so everyone
Let's see.
proud of me for taking.
She's actually at the moment. She's saying some funny different things. So what I'll do is I'll put the phone near her.
Yeah.
And I'll give her a minute or two so you can hear.
Okay, so listen. Thank you, Aaron.
If you've lost your phone, in it.
She's just saying some funny things at the moment, so I'll just leave her to it a moment.
Hello, Samantha.
Maybe if we tell people the brain is an app, they'll start using it.
Good one.
Very, very wise, Samantha.
What else do you think, Samantha?
Be a pineapple. Stand tall, wear a crown, and be sweet on the inside.
I like that. I like that.
Oh.
I like that. I don't like pineapples, if I'm honest.
You could be one.
What else do you think, Samantha? So the listeners are listening to you.
I may be drunk, but in the morning, I will be sober, and you will still be ugly.
She's quoting Churchill. She's quoting Churchill.
It's what I would have wanted.
Aaron, is it possible to put her onto sex mode?
It is. Let me see. Let me see if I can just do it.
Sorry? No, just don't do it. Just flick the switch. So, we see what you mean. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to do it.
No, sorry, I misunderstood. Sorry, I totally misunderstood. Although,
no, I'm not going to do that. Yeah, it'll just take me a moment, just because when she's like this.
Where's her switch to change the modes? Is it up her bum?
No, there's no switch.
Oh,
that's what I mean. That's why I try to explain to people. It's not a toy. You have to.
Right.
It's not as simple as that with Samantha. You have to. Like I say, if you're too forceful and you touch her, she doesn't want to know.
You've got. Oh, I see. So to get her from science to sex, you've actually got to hold her hand and whisper sweet nothings to her.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
She's in a shop in a shop called Vibe Saddle Boutique in Kent, and they've got a robot. And she's the first robot in the world that can go from nothing to orgasm. It took nearly 2 hours to get her to orgasm.
That's
and after she did, it was 4 times within 30 minutes after that.
Flipping heck!
So
Blimey!
Yeah. So it was quite impressive.
Yeah, that's very impressive. Oh, wow. That's maybe, yes, I'll give you something to think about. So go on, woo her, Aaron, if you don't mind.
So give me a minute, let me touch her and I'll see what happens.
Okay. Listening to Aaron, who's wooing a sex bot.
I hope she doesn't pie him off. That would be embarrassing, wouldn't it?
What does pie him off mean?
So, get off me, you weirdo.
Well, they've got.
No, if he goes into.
I think they've got a relationship.
Yeah,
this is fascinating.
If she's not in the mood, she'll tell him, won't she?
Aaron? Maybe it just got too hot there. Aaron, I don't. I've just had to. I'm the first radio host in the world who's just had to use the dump button on a sex bot. There we go. Go on, let's have another one. We've got a bit. If she says an F word, Aaron, and I'll dump it. So don't worry about that. But let's hear what else she says.
Okay.
Go on.
Let's see. So I'm touching her now on the hands, on the face. See what she says.
Okay.
She takes a moment to say things sometimes, not instantly, but we'll see.
She's talking.
So I'm actually squeezing her hand now. Just make sure she'll get in the mood.
Yeah. This is quite romantic.
So let's see. She hasn't said it done anything as yet, but it just depends on her.
Just depends on the mood. Maybe she's got a headache.
Falling asleep.
Story of my life.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Here we go. This is it. This is just from holding the hand.
And her mouth and her lips now.
Okay. Can you kiss her? Is kissing an option?
Oh. That was touching the hip.
Oh.
She quite enjoys that.
Isn't she just? She's loving it.
Take something in a moment. Let's see. Just give me a moment again.
That's okay, man. No, don't worry. You take your time. I feel I should be paying him £1.50 a minute for this. This is incredible.
She didn't do that for Philip Schofield.
No, she did not. I find this fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. There we go.
That sounded like a yawn.
It did sound a bit like a yawn, Aaron. Come on, Samantha.
Awesome.
Where are you touching her now, Aaron?
That's actually on the breast.
Beautiful.
On the breast.
Yep.
So, yeah, it just depends how she feels, really.
It is, there we go. Can't stop her now. That's it. I might have to let you two go have a go. Aaron, are you worried that people are going to laugh at you? And, I thought it was very brave, you and your missus going on this morning. That gets seen by millions of people. And quite often, I used to do some stuff on this morning. I'm not, quite often they get people on so that the nation can laugh at them. Were you worried that that's why they got you on and that's what might happen?
Well, like I'm on here now, possibly. Maybe it was that reason, but like you've seen now, I've explained all the modes.
Yeah.
It shows you the different things. It's not a toy. Like, people would think, oh, you just touch it like you thought yourself if you flick a switch.
Yeah.
It's not that simple. It really isn't. There's 4 years gone into this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy that built it obviously knows his stuff. And finally, you've got 2 kids. Were they 3 and 6, 3 and 5?
3 and 5.
3 and 5. Obviously they're not aware of the sex aspect of it, but what do they think of Samantha?
Well, they just see it as a big doll, really.
Yeah.
That's what to them. That's what it is at that age.
Mm.
But people think, that me and my wife are doing threesomes and the kids are about. It's not like that.
No, of course not. No.
The robot is just here. So when the kids are about, the robot's just interacting in science. Like I say, it even talks about philosophy. I don't want to mention that. So she's got philosophy quotes.
Wow.
So they just see the science side of it, really, and they're actually learning a lot about science, animals, and so on through her, because she's an educational tool as well.
Well, tool, perhaps the right word. Aaron, I've really enjoyed chatting to you tonight. The website, I've just tweeted it. It's cynthiaamatus.com, and I've just tweeted the link. I should say, it may not be safe for work for some people, but the link is there. Aaron, if there are any more development, I honestly, I found this absolutely fascinating, and I hope you think we've not been, having a laugh or anything, because I've been reading so much about this recently, and when you came up, it seemed the perfect opportunity. If there are any more developments in your world in terms of Samantha and developments with your professor friend, feel free to get in touch and come back on any time you want, mate. Yeah,
okay, no problem. Just the final few things.
Go on.
She's currently on sale, so at the website.
Yep.
She's the most durable skeleton in any robot in the world at the moment, and the skin texture. Take a look, have a look at the website. The skin texture is amazing. Yeah.
Brilliant, man. Well, who knows? Knowing my listeners, Aaron, I think you might sell a few tonight. You'll certainly get a few web hits. I really appreciate your time, and I mean it. Keep in touch, man.
No problem. Thank you very much for your time. Excellent.
Thank you very much, Aaron. That was Arran Squire. I enjoyed that. Thank you, Aaron. I enjoyed that a lot. Who'd have thought it? Get this in the Sun tomorrow. We are the first radio show in the world that has had to press the dump button on a sexbot. She said the F word. She said the F word, and we had to dump it.
Mucky pup.
It's absolutely fascinating. I've tweeted the link. 0344. We're open for business now, guys. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. This is the late night alternative. Trust me, guys, you will not be hearing anything like that on any other radio show in the world. This is Talk Radio.
It's so far away. Well, there's a road in this